Yeah, thank you for being here. Today's lesson is not going to be power flow after cycling that far, if that's okay with you guys. It's going to be fairly relaxed, an opportunity to hear the wind, smell the water, and just be really present and appreciate each other's company, which I know we already do. We all like each other here. So let's begin to close our eyes and get a little meditation in. So just close your eyes, wiggle around, just however you need to be to arrive at your mat, to leave the outside world outside, to leave the rushing, the planning, the recalling, the creating, and just notice what actually is right now. So let's take a few deep breaths together, breathing in through the nose, getting nice and tall, and letting the mouth open, letting the breath just fall out. Breathe in, get nice and tall in through the nose. And open the mouth, let the face be soft. One more big inhale. Let's bring the shoulders up to the ears. Let the rib cage lift. And exhale, roll them back. And go ahead and do that a few times, following your own breath now. And maybe on that last one, keeping the height in your spine and letting the shoulders just melt down. Gently align your heart over your pelvis. And let the breath pour back in naturally and fall back out. Notice the front of your body from your feet, calves, legs, belly, chest, and face. Just notice anything that reminds you you have a front of your body. Any tingling, pressure, temperature. And notice the back of your body from your hips all the way up to the crown of your head. And notice your whole body resting in space. Sort of a hum of experience, a body hum. Begin to notice sounds far away. See if you can find the furthest sound you can detect. Maybe sounds a bit closer. And behind your closed eyelids, see what sort of visual landscape you can see. So you can see behind your closed eyelids. Any shimmering, any color, any texture. And allow your vision to be very broad here, almost as if you're looking at a big clear sky, not focusing on one thing, but just the entire thing. And lastly, we'll cue back into the breath, noticing it wherever you notice it most distinctly. Often that's the tip of the nose or the rise and fall of the chest or belly. And if you find your mind wandering, for a moment, pause and see if you're thinking about things in the past, if you're recalling things, if you're thinking of things in the future, planning things, or if you're just imagining things in general. That's for no other purpose than to be intentional with your mindfulness, knowing exactly what you're thinking, and then go back to your breath. Wonderful. Let's bring our attention to our hands, our pinkies, ring fingers, middle fingers, our pointers, and our thumbs. Notice the palm of both hands and anything you notice about them. So you don't feel hand. You feel different specific sensations. So see how close, how precise you can get to feeling those actual sensations. Wonderful. And on your next inhale, let's bring those hands up and overhead, maybe noticing the tingle, the temperature change in the hands. Get a big stretch up at the top. Feel free to wiggle around if it feels nice. And on any exhale, let's fold forward over your legs. A gentle bow to yourself for doing something nice for yourself in this beautiful weather. Notice your rib cage expanding on your inhales and softening on your exhales. Let's walk the hands to the right and hold, anchoring that left hip bone down. Noticing the beautiful stretch in the side of your body. Great, we'll walk the hands to the left and hold. Anchoring that right hip bone down. Great, we'll come back to the center and pause. Wonderful, and see if you can anchor your sit bones down and just roll up like a zombie, letting your head be the very last thing that pops up. Beautiful, wonderful. So we'll go ahead and switch our feet out. I open my eyes, I'm like, oh, it's so bright. So place that left hand down. Let's bring the right hand up. Nice side body stretch, inhale. Great, exhale, we'll place that right hand by the left and just swoop across like you have water in front of you to the other side. Inhale, bloom that left hand towards the sky. Great, exhale, bring the hand back down, swoop across. Now this is your opportunity to connect with your own breath. You don't have to follow me, just continue this nice stretch, this nice movement, noticing still the wind, noticing the grass and the scent of the air. And maybe check in with your mental state and see, what's my attitude like right now? How am I feeling? I feel terrible. Doing yoga outside's the worst. Great, so let's even out both sides. I like this one blackbird in the sky against, oh really? Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, great. So let's even out both sides. And we're gonna fold forward again over this set of legs, brand new legs. So usually this is a little bit tighter this side. So feel free to sort of sway a little, kind of ease down into it. Wonderful. Let's walk the hands to the right and hold. And walk the hands to the left and hold. Great, we'll go back to the center. This is a good opportunity to set an intention for your practice. My mind usually goes blank when a teacher says that, so I'm just going to throw out some suggestions. So maybe you'll want to feel more joyful and see how you can move more joyfully. Maybe you'll want to be more intentional with your breath. Maybe you'll want to look at the sky more. Really, it is whatever you want, but set your intention. I'll try and remind you a few times during class to come back to it. Great, one more big inhale. Great, let it go. And let's roll our bodies back up. Whee! Head being the last thing that comes up. Woo, feels so good. So we're gonna bring our knees up, feet on the ground. Feet are gonna be a little bit more than hip width distance apart. Great, so if you wanna sit sideways on your mat, that's totally fine, up to you. And we're gonna bring our hands behind us, engage your fingertips, and if your hands need to be at an angle, nothing's gonna burst into flames, so do what's comfortable for your wrists. And we're gonna let the knees flop back and forth. So notice my knee is not touching my heel. If your knee's touching your heel, spread your feet out a little more. We're just gonna flop them back and forth. Yeah, for you guys that were cycling, this probably feels really good right now. It's like my booty. Why didn't I wear the booty shorts to cycle in today? I have them and I forgot. I looked and I was like, damn it, I knew I forgot something. Great. So start incorporating your breath with it. So maybe exhale as the knees settle and inhale as they travel. Great, and we're gonna let the knees flop to the right and exhale, just give a little turn. Great, inhale, travel. And exhale, turn. Wonderful, inhale, travel. And exhale, turn. Ah. Inhale, travel. And exhale, turn. Great, inhale, travel. We're gonna hold this turn a little longer. So exhale, turn. Inhale, get a little taller. And exhale, twist from the low back, the center part of the back, and the neck. See if you can stay broad through your collarbones. And a couple more breaths here. Great, let's inhale, travel across again. Whee! And exhale, turn. Great, we'll inhale, get nice and tall. And we'll exhale, twist from the low back, the center, and the neck, keeping the shoulders nice and broad, keeping the jaw and throat nice and soft. Great, let's inhale, go back to the other side. And this is pretty fun here. We're gonna keep the left hand down. Wait, let me see. I always get this backwards. All right, left hand down. We're gonna bring the right hand up. So it's a nice side body stretch. And then exhale, we're gonna place the hands in front of that right leg and just fold forward a little. You can extend that back leg slightly if you want. So we'll go back and forth with that. So inhale, reach. And exhale, settle. So it's awkward like the first couple of times, and then you'll find your flow with it. Inhale, reach. And exhale, settle. So follow your own breath from here. Feel free to close your eyes. Maybe check in with that intention. Great, just a couple more rounds. Whee! Wonderful, and we're gonna go ahead and hold this. So you're on the side of that right hip here. You're more in a swan than a pigeon. And you can extend that back leg as much as you're comfortable with. So really ease into it. Let it be yummy. Disengage your booty. Your booty might be trying to help. Tell it to calm down. And just enjoy. Notice the wind. Both the sensation on your skin and the sound of the dry leaves. Notice your breath moving slowly through your low belly. Now, if you'd like to go deeper, you can begin to pull your torso a little bit more square over that right leg if you want, or you can straighten the back leg more. Lots of options. So just move in a way that feels comfortable and safe. And you can also begin to pick your torso up and sort of undulate the spine longer and settle back down. Great, just a few more breaths. Great. Notice your breath, and on an exhale, we're going to just lean into that right hip a little bit and begin to take that left hand and just pick up that left leg. So we're being really gentle with our bodies and coming back up. Ha. Great. Go ahead and windshield wiper the knees. Awesome. Great. So we're going to go ahead and let them flop to the left now. And same dealio. You'll place that right hand down, bring the left hand up, inhale. And exhale, extend that back leg a little, fold forward. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, fold it. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, fold. Great, one more time. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, find your comfortable swan. So you can keep that leg bent, you can straighten it, so just take it easy. Let it be yummy. So I was telling my class last week that my animals have become so used to people doing yoga in our class, including Kevin and I, that they now kind of like emphasize their out breath. So Mr. Buddy will go, like he'll stretch and he'll go, and it's so funny, but it's also just such a great lesson too, because we're also embarrassed to exhale with any sort of noise. But when you do it, it feels so good. It feels so good. And our cat, so anytime she jumps down from anything now, when she hits the ground, she goes, hey. So she'll jump down, she's like, hey. And it absolutely kills me. So don't be afraid to make noise is, I guess, the lesson here. It's good for your mind. It's good for your body. It just feels really good. So if you exhale, nobody's going to think you're weird in here. If anything, they'll think I'm weird for my weird stories. So I'll out weird your weird so you can do whatever you want, basically. So let's settle a little bit more deeply into this posture. Maybe undulate that spine a little longer. Just a few more deep breaths here. Checking in with that intention. Awesome. And we'll begin to lean into that left hip. You can grab that right leg with the right hand. Just really sweetly pick your leg up. Great. We'll windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Ha, so nice. Great. So let's go ahead and get in tabletop position. Hands and knees. Maybe look between your knees. Make sure your feet are going straight out from your knees. And we'll inhale, do a nice cow. Shake your booty if you want to. And inhale, or sorry, exhale, cat. What am I doing? Inhale, cow. Let that belly be so soft. And exhale, cat. Just a few more. Feel free to freestyle. Follow your own breath here. Get wiggly with it. Get goofy with it. Awesome. Position. We're going to stick that right leg straight out. Great. Let's do a couple cats and cows here. And exhaling. Just a really gentle hello to the psoas. Great. And we're going to bring that right leg out like a bad puppy dog, pee-peeing on everything. Great. Awesome. So engage those fingers to protect your wrist. We're going to make some big circles with the knee here. Great. Go ahead and kick that leg straight out. Let the foot land beside you. So I'm going to do that here. Da, 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 da. Great. We'll do some cats and cows here. So this is gate pose. So inhale. So watch out because that right leg is going to want to peel back a little bit. See if you can square your hips up. You'll notice the stretch is like suddenly much more challenging. And also make sure the outside edge of that foot's really nicely engaged. Great. We're going to walk the hands from the foot to the knee area. So just kind of explore your range of motion here. Ooh, la la. Hello, adductors. Awesome. Great. So we'll go ahead and walk our hands back up to our hips now. Not back up, or to our hips. Hello, we made it. Great, we'll let that right hand slide down. Bring the left hand towards the sky. Inhale. Great, exhale, assisted side plank. Great, inhale, use the core to bring you up. Great, exhale, bring it on down. And last one, coming out all the way up. And as we come down, maybe you want to do assisted side plank. Maybe you want to do a full plank. If you want to do a full plank, you can stagger your feet one in front of the other. You can stack your feet. You can bring both feet to the sky. Just kidding. You can bring one foot to the sky. That would be amazing, right? I'd be like, all right, mic drop, you take over. Awesome. So keep breathing. And if you're feeling good, maybe turn your gaze to look at the clouds or look at your thumb. In 5, whoa, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot back down. Bring your knee back down. And we're going to come back to tabletop here. Great. So go ahead and sort of do a couple cats and cows to neutralize. Awesome. So we'll bring that right leg forward now. Doing all the right leg stuff. And let's bring our hands up for a low lunge. Awesome. Heavy tailbone. Exhale, runner's lunge. Great. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Great. And let's place our hands down. We're going to tuck that back toe, come to a high lunge. Keep that tailbone nice and heavy here and take a few breaths. You can bring your hands behind your back if you're feeling good and maybe lift your heart towards the sky, lift that chin. Let your mouth be so soft here. Let your face be soft. Oh, that Spanish moss is so pretty. One more big inhale. Great, exhale, let's bring that knee back down. Great, back to tabletop, guys. See, like I said, I'm not gonna kill you guys today. Nice little neutralizing cat and cow. You're like, not gonna kill us, you made us do planks, Laura. Let's bring that left leg back. Awesome, do a few cats and cows here. So just kind of explore how you're feeling. Making sure that you're breathing. And let's bring that left knee out like a naughty puppy. Make some nice big circles here. Awesome. Great, go ahead and kick that leg straight out. Yeah, let the foot land. I can't help it. I really can't help the sound effects, guys. It's a compulsion. I have a problem. Great, we'll do some cats and cows here. So engaging the outside of that foot, making sure that left hip doesn't roll back. Keep it nice and square. It's like easier said than done, right? Awesome. And we're gonna walk the hands from the foot to the knee, just sort of exploring here. Awesome. Yay. I keep saying awesome because it is awesome. Today's so pretty. Great. So let's go ahead and walk our hands. Now I can say back up to our hips because we did do it before. We're going to slide that left hand down, bring the right hand towards the sky. Inhale. Wonderful. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Great. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Go into whatever version of side plank you want to do. Just remember, one side's going to be different from the other. Just be along for the ride. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Find whatever groove you have. Please, someone levitate both feet. That's all I want for my birthday. Yasmin, I totally thought you were going to do it. I saw this like beautiful, like, oh, and I was like, do it, please. Great. In 5, 4, maybe look towards your thumb. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg down, bring the knee down. Back to tabletop. Neutralize that spine. Shake that booty. Great, we're gonna bring that left leg forward now. And bring the arms to the sky. Great, exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, runner's lunge. Last time, inhale to the sky. Great, in runner's lunge. Great, we'll bring our arms back up just for fun. Then we'll place our hands down, tuck the back toe, come into a high lunge. Bring those arms up, let that back heel really relax. Let the tailbone be heavy. You can bring your hands behind your back if you want. Optional, up to you. You can even lift your chin. Let your mouth and face be so soft. Maybe check in with that intention. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring that knee on down. Whoa. Bring the hands back down, back to tabletop. Feel free to neutralize with some cats and cows. Great, let's bring our knees as wide as the mat here. We're gonna push back to an extended child's pose. So the arms are forward. The heart is soft. The belly's soft. Great. So we can bring our palms together and lift them up to where you have like a little shark fin above your head. If you need to, you can walk your elbows forward and just let your chest settle here. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your breath. And whatever it is, see if you can slow it down. Great, let's place the hands back down. We're gonna thread the right arm underneath the left. So just whoop right here. And hold for a few breaths. Great, on an inhale, come back to center. And you can exhale to the other side. So nice and easy, nice and gentle. Bringing that right hand all the way to the top of the mat. If both your palms are flipped towards the ground, it's gonna feel a little better. Great, on an inhale, we'll come back to the center. Exhale, settle for one last pause. And let's inhale to an up dog or cobra here. It's a nice little soft, and feel free to sort of wiggle it out. It's our first up dog of the class. Wonderful. Great, so let's tuck the toes for a nice down dog. Press into your fingers, walk it out if you need to. Twist the hips around if you need to. So get a little liquidy with your down dog today. Great, we're gonna walk the feet up to the hands. So continue that sort of loosey-goosey, liquidy sort of thing. Great, and we're left hand on the ground, bend the left knee to the sky. Inhale. Oh, that feels so good. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left hand. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, right hand. Beautiful. Exhale, down. Left hand. And bring it on down. Left hand. Bring it down. Great, and let's roll our bodies up like zombies. Down just to re-engage with the earth. Hello, toes. And just notice your hips, maybe cat and cow your hips a little. Make sure you have a nice flat tailbone, flat-ish. Great, and then move your shoulders, get your heart above your pelvis. Rarely do we actually pay attention to our posture, so it's an opportunity. Great, and lastly, check your head. Is your head kind of forward? Is it back? You can even place your fingers at the nape of your neck right here and press your chin sort of towards it to basically, if you haven't seen my demo on this before, there's a little divot right at the base of your neck here. And if you press your chin towards it, it sort of disappears a little, but it also puts your head in better alignment. Yeah, it feels weird because we, text all day, but that's actually proper alignment. So once you're good there, let's inhale, bring the arms up. Awesome, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, down to your belly or chaturanga. And inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, spin the triceps away from your ears. Exhale. Inhale, right leg forward, arms up. Exhale, hands back down. Inhale, step up, halfway lift. Fold forward. All the way up. And palms at heart center. Again, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. And inhale, the arms up. Exhale, down to your belly or chaturanga. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, settle with your intention. Inhale, right leg forward, arms up. Great, exhale, hands back down. Inhale, halfway. Great, fold forward. All the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Inhale, bring your palms together, watch the thumbs, bring your hands up. Facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Exhale. Inhale, right leg full, palms together, arms up. Exhale, hands back down. Fold forward. All the way up, bring those palms together. Your eyes and just begin to notice your feet on the ground. The fronts and backs of your knees, your thighs, glutes, your heart. And your fingers. Face. Notice your whole body resting in space. Whatever style you want. Great. Slide that right hand underneath your right shoulder. And before you go any further, just feel the weight of your pelvis and your legs. And then you'll begin to press into that right hand to roll towards your left. That right leg's going to be awkward. It's just the way it is. It's a counterbalance. So you can bring it behind you. It may not go that far. It may just hover on top. Perfect. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Yeah, it may just kind of like hang in the air, depending on how you're feeling. So breathe into that shoulder, into that pec. And the more you engage your fingertips on that left hand, the more sort of minute sensations you might notice. Like the ant biting my butt. There's an ant biting my butt. What? Weird. Great. See if you can draw your shoulders away from your ears really slightly. Great. Notice your breath. And let's exhale back to the center. Ooh, that one feels so good. Great. And just like the other side, just like we did a second ago, notice the weight of your pelvis, the weight of your body before you turn. You'll get a lot more out of it. So start to bring that left hand underneath the left shoulder. And on an exhale, begin to roll towards the right. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing from the low belly so as to free the heart and chest. Great, one more big inhale. And exhale it out. Back. Great, you can push up to your upward facing dog or cobra and just be really sweet with yourself. Maybe move around, maybe roll the shoulders back and lift the chin. Yeah, you can look past one shoulder and the other. Awesome. Let's tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Ooh, every bone in my body just popped. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg forward, arms up. Whoa, I almost fell. Exhale, hands back down. Great, let's come to tabletop. Okay, we're gonna cross our ankles behind us and bring our feet out in front to magic. Yes, wonderful. So we'll really engage our fingers here. We'll flex our feet with some strength. So this could be a very chill position, but we're gonna make it a little bit stronger. So engage your quads, sort of push your legs towards the ground. Beautiful, yeah, you guys look great. Engage the fingers and just notice the strength of this posture for a moment. We won't hold it forever, I promise. Great, and let's inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, sort of sweep forward towards your feet. Inhale, back up. And exhale, hands back down. Inhale, hips towards the sky. And exhale, back down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale towards the toes. Inhale, back up. And exhale, hands back down. Inhale, hips towards the sky. And exhale, back down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands towards the feet. Inhale, back up. And hands back down. Last reverse plank. Inhale, hips towards the sky. Let the head be heavy. Let the mouth hang open. We're going to hold this for a few breaths here. Letting the belly fill with air, letting the back be so strong, letting the heart be so soft. And one more big inhale, press away from the mat with your hands. And exhale, slowly bring your glutes back down. We're gonna lay back on our backs. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Just checking the time. Good, we're good. Yeah, give yourself a big hug. Place one hand on each knee. Let's make some big circles with the legs. Awesome. So place your feet back down. We're gonna place the right ankle on the left knee here for a little figure 4 action. You can you could stay here. This is great for a lot of people, just staying here. But if you want to go further, you can grab the back of that left leg or the left shin. And see if you can do that without lifting your booty too far off the mat. And breathe. Ah. Feel free to move your ankles around if that feels nice. One more big inhale. And exhale, we'll place both feet back down on the mat. Feel free to windshield wiper the knees. Great, left ankle on the right knee. And take it to whatever degree is comfortable for you. One leg's gonna be different from the other, so just be along for the ride. Let both legs be heavy. The arms are in charge here. And once again, feel free to move the ankles. If it feels good, to crack them. Great, and on any old exhale, you can place both feet back on the mat and windshield wiper the knees. Great. We're gonna let both knees flop to the left, bring the arms out like a T. Then you can gaze past the right fingertips. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can always cross the right leg over the left and then twist. So just take it to whatever degree feels good for you. We're not here to break ourselves, okay? Now, if your shoulders are lifting off the mat, that means maybe you're twisting a little too far. So just be aware of that. Check in with your intention. I'm so bossy. Great, on an inhale, you can bring your knees back up. And on an exhale, you can go to the other side. Great, when you're ready, go ahead and bring those knees back up. Each foot is back down on the mat. This is your opportunity to freestyle and do whatever you want for the end of your practice. A lot of folks like to pick Happy Baby. That's a really nice one. Also, putting your feet down on the mat. Glutes can feel really nice. A little counter pose for all the up dogs. So just find something that feels really nice for you. Or maybe you just want your feet together, knees apart with goalpost arms. That's my go-to. But whatever it is, see how present you can be. See how much in this moment you can notice. There's nothing to hold on to. Everything is right now. Wonderful. Let's slowly begin to transition to Shavasana. So begin to extend your legs out and feel free to take up space. So your legs can come out wide, your arms can come out wide. You can be like a little starfish in the middle of a king-size bed. And just notice your breath pouring in and falling out. Allow the breath to flow easily to your belly. Allow your arms and legs to get very, very heavy. Enjoy your Shavasana. I'll sound the bell when it's complete. Slowly, slowly, begin to bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the cool air at the tip of your nose as you inhale, and the warm air escaping as you exhale. Notice sounds, notice sensations, notice the visual field behind your closed eyelids. And when you're ready, on an exhale, you can roll to one side. And on any old inhale, gently bring yourself back to seated position. So let's pause for a moment here, close our eyes, check in with our intentions, and maybe see how we can use them off the mat today. Give yourself some gratitude for doing positive things for yourself, in your community, and with your community. Thank you so much. Namaste. Whew, it sure is pretty out here, guys.